Getting picked up by the bus at my house. I didn't have to leave this morning. Well, I missed the sign because it took me too long to get my phone up, but we're in Ohio now. All right, we're gonna have to loosen the tensioner up more.
I'm like, oh, that would be just the best news.
As long as your bus doesn't have the one-day bolt in it. Oh, I dropped the ratchet.
The one-day what?
The one-day bolt.
Well, this thing has everything in it.
Because Dad's bus, when we tried to get the transmission out last time, we spent an entire 8-hour day between the two of us.
Yeah, this bus is a one-day bolt. It's like its whole...
That's all it knows.
I would suspect.
Let's loosen it up.
I can't even get. Those are 7/16, right? What are you working on, Sage?
That would be 1/2.
The rust is that bad you can't tell what size it was?
That is correct. Because the half just spins on it, and the 7/16s don't fit.
Well,
Sounds like it's time for a grinder.
My no grinder!
See? There you go. Oh, I got it on the first rib. I'd say those old belts are a little worn out because we were at the bottom of the tensioner travel.
well, those are yours. They're Scott's. They're his old ones.
I'm not sure that it's worth keeping those on the
Well,
bus.
that's yours. No, they're yours.
Yeah, but I feel like they're going to end up on mine. But when we started down here, you can see the rust marks.
Yeah.
And we're all the way up here, and I'm still working on getting enough slack to get the belt. It's
Well,
on, but now I got to work it to the
I
back
finally
pulley.
found them. That took me probably about 3 days of looking before I finally found those. The Napa dealers, you know, you're supposed to be able to get them, and it's not in anybody's system anymore.
And you need to do what we do and just annoy your local parts store so much with bus parts
Yeah.
that they just have a book of them. I keep dropping that ratchet doing this one-handed.
Our Napa dealer sucks. They want to stock anything for Chevy and then nothing for anything else.
So we got the fan back on. The new belts are on. Dad and Sage have been working on getting these pipes apart. So these are the coolant outlets. The ends have to get cut off and a hose has to get over them because these vibration dampening joints are no longer available and they're all broken and leaking. So that's what they've been working on this morning. We're gonna get ready to hang the radiator. I think first goal today is to get coolant in it. Scenic Cruiser's gone. Ah, see, there's the radiator. Just get out of your way, that looks heavy.
I'll sit down.
So we got the flange done here. I've got it in the hose already. Try to get it out of there. So I do some grinding on the top edge there to open that up so we had enough room to get the hose on there and then we get the hose clamp on it. So one of the next projects we're working on, it's right there. This mount used to be. This is stuff that we replaced the metal for, but this is the mount for the radiator on the backside. So I need to get this piece off with this nut. It's already cracked over here. I'm just gonna take a cutoff wheel and cut through here. Take this off. I've already got some Sharpie marks all over this and then up there on the steel, so I know the orientation of where this needs to sit with how it was. And then we're gonna get a piece of angle, bolt the angle in, and then mount this to it so we can mount the radiator back in. All right, now you can do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna look away.
There are safety glasses involved.
Got my safety hands.
Where are we? Where are we? There we are. Ready?
Yep.
We don't want to tighten. We want to loosen.
Okay, go ahead and go to number 3 setting. Go on. Did you go to number 3 on the thing?
I got number 3. Okay.
I'm not worried about my balls anymore. I
Okay.
think I'm pretty safe.
Go ahead. You don't have an 11 on this one. Mine goes to 11. There we go.
I was really hoping that was going to be a little more interesting than that, but it works. So while they were doing that, I'm starting to get the brackets ready to mount those parts. That's for the radiator mount. So I've got the first hole put through. I had to grind a little bit of this inside radius out so the bolt can sit flat in there. We don't have a ton of room where we're going with it. So it needs to sit just above that lip, bolted through the aluminum here, and then we're going to weld the entire inside edge of this. So we got the plate drilled. It's up in there. We welded it top and bottom. Well, I started working on that.
You have that filter too? You did buy that filter or you did not?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep, that filter's sitting right here.
What are you guys working on? Getting fuel lines ran back to the tank?
Yeah.
We've got Jacob, out here helping us again today. Way to go. So that is some serious bend he's got going there on that pry bar. Hop back on there so we can see how much it's a flex. Hey, it moved. I think.
There's a half-inch electric impact. We could try it. Do you know how many foot-pounds that is?
So they're trying to get the cap on right now on the end of the cross member. Is it at least getting the punch through to align it? Is that a no?
I think they're focused.
Usually when they're quiet, don't answer my question. That's a no.
In there. I'll take
Right against this, and then you put a bigger punch. Upside though, we do have the radiator back there. Giving it a little clearancing. So we're getting fuel in the tanks. This will put about 10 gallons in the back tank. And we got about 15 in the front. They were both empty when we started, or should have been empty.
Are we spilling fuel on the ground?
I don't see any. But we're getting some fuel in there. We don't know which tank it's pulling from right now, so we want to make sure that both tanks have fuel in them. Your awesome diagrams. Your diagram that you made. Is that the full air system?
Yep.
It's honestly really simple.
It's super simple.
So we've got that stuff done. Oh, you're walking into me. You're still walking into me. Air filter's on. That is not the permanent setup. That is just so we have an air filter to get it back. Dusted a little bit of paint over all the bare metal so it doesn't start to rust. The radiator is in. New belts are on. We've got some of the radiator hoses on. Some are going to be here tomorrow. All the filters are here. And then we started our to-do list for tomorrow. So
Here, you ready? These are ones I had written down.
So